What's going on, boys and girls? I'm home for lunch, and so we're going to do a quick and easy mustard green recipe. Now, I do this mustard green recipe about like I do my kale recipe, so you guys just follow it along. It's really quick, simple, and it only takes a little bit of time. Alrighty, we got about 16 ounces of mustard greens right there. They just came, they were pre-washed in a bag. And even though they're pre-washed, I usually go ahead and wash them anyway. We've got a whole medium onion chopped up, a whole bell pepper chopped up, a heaping tablespoon of garlic, a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Now this right here is pickle juice. I used to use vinegar, but now these are homemade pickles that I made myself. Made these back on the 16th of last year in July. So that's about 4 tablespoonful of pickle juice, or you can use vinegar if you want to. But if you use vinegar, you might want to use only maybe 2 to 3 tablespoonful. And that is some natural grown honey, or the natural or local honey, we want to call that. And then all we're gonna be using is Tony Chachere's. Now, if you don't have Tony Chachere's, you can use some cayenne pepper, some salt and pepper, and some other spices in there if you need to do that. So let's go ahead and start to. Oh, you got to have you some oil too. You can use coconut oil. You can use avocado oil. Whatever type of oil. My preference with this right here. This is bacon grease, and that's what we're using. If you don't like bacon grease, don't use bacon grease. Don't be hating now. Don't be hating. Let's cook. Alrighty, so we've got our pan on medium heat. We're gonna put our bacon grease in there. And again, if you don't want to use bacon grease or this type of animal grease, guys, use some coconut oil. It works just as well. Canola, just whatever you want to use. And basically, we're gonna go ahead and saute our onions first. Put those in there. And again, that pan is on medium. Just saute those until they're nice and glistening. We're also going to throw in our garlic. Give them a nice little saute as well. Put in your bell peppers. Give them a saute. And now this is going to give it some nice sweetness as well too, y'all. Even though you're putting the honey in there, a lot of these things, when they release their aromatics or their juices, they're kind of sweet as well. So we're going to come back. We're going to give it about 2 minutes. And then we're going to come back and then we'll add our greens and our other stuff in there. All right, that's been about 2 minutes there, and it's gotten nice and softer here. The onions are glistening. Let's go ahead and add in our greens here. And again, these are mustard greens, but you can do this with collard greens. You can do it with turnip green. I do it with kale a lot, y'all. And I know folks don't like to eat greens, but I'm telling you, you got to have greens in your diet, guys. You got to have it at least. I probably have some greens at least 4 to 5 times a week. It's just good for your body. It's good for your health, And plus, it's good if you want to have a nice poop. It's good for pooping, getting those impurities out of your body. So we're going to add that. We're going to then add some Tony Chachere's. And we're going to put probably about half of a tablespoon of Tony Chachere's in there. We're going to add our tablespoon of Italian seasoning. We're going to add our 4 tablespoons of pickle juice. Now sometimes you may even have to add a little bit of water in here as well too. We're going to add our honey. Get that all out there. And this kind of cuts some of the bitterness out of it here. Which mustard greens don't really have a whole lot of bitterness to it, but they have a little bit, but not a whole lot. All right, then we're going to give it a little stir here. And it just depends on how much liquid we have at the bottom. We may have to get some chicken broth and add to it as well if we don't have enough of our liquid down. And I don't think we're going to have enough. So we're probably going to put about a half a cup to a cup of chicken broth in there. Sometimes you don't have to do that. It just depends on how much moisture is left in the vegetable. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let it saute for a little while. I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit because I don't want it to burn. And then we're going to let that go for about 5 minutes and come back and check on it. All right, it's been 5 minutes. We're going to see how much moisture is in there. And see how much moisture, and I didn't have to add anything. I said I was going to, but I wanted to check and see how much moisture it would actually make. So again, see, you don't have to add anything. That's just from the greens themselves, y'all, and probably from some of the bell peppers as well. But you gotta pull it out. So we're gonna let that go for another 10 minutes, and these mustard greens will be done, y'all. These things will be really done, and they're gonna be good. You shouldn't have to add anything to them, and it's just a quick thing to cook on the stove. And it's for, like, if you want to have a quick meal with some chicken or some beef or whatever, you know, you can fix this in less than 30 minutes. So we'll be right back. All right, it's been about 10 minutes, just a couple of seconds for you guys. And these things are done. Now what you can do, you can also let these cook a little bit more to cook the water off of them. I usually like to leave a little bit of the water or the liquid down here on mine. I don't know why, but I usually do. But you can let it absorb all that water there, and it really concentrates that flavor. And we might do that. You just have to let it cook for another 10 minutes or so. But these things are done, quick and easy, less than 30 minutes. You know, I'll leave this on the stove when I go back to work, and they'll still be warm in this pot where I have. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video on mustard greens. You got to try it. Give me a like, subscribe to my channel if you want to see other videos, hit the little bell if you want to get notified, and you guys have a great day. Peace.